This is Mila's world, shining bright. Strong women stand, claiming their light. From the ground to the sky, so wide.
Hey y'all, it's Shamila, and it's Mila's World. Welcome. I have 3 beautiful guests here. So we're just going to start off. So if you guys can go ahead and introduce yourselves and what you do, starting with you right here.
I am Samsational. I am a social media consultant. You can find me on Instagram, and I can fix that Sam.
Okay.
Hey Sam. Hey y'all, my name is Devin Johnson. I am the founder of DWJ & Co. as well as Girls Trip Society.
Welcome, Devin. Hey y'all, it's your girl Jazze. I go by Janie Era. I am a media host here in Dallas, and I also am an entrepreneur.
Hey.
Okay, all pretty. Yay. Now, thank you guys for coming. I know I started off pretty fast, but thank you guys so much for coming. I always say, like, every guest is special, especially when I handpicked them myself.
Yes.
I just feel like it's something about, but you were highly requested. I did kind of that's why I like to say highly requested, because you actually got booked on today, like an hour ago.
Yes.
For me.
So yes. And then it's funny because your event brought us together.
It did.
Which brought us together as well, because I was invited by someone else. And I was like, I need to get those ladies on the show.
Yes.
I think
full circle.
Right, because at the event, I was telling you about it. I'm like, I'm going to start a women's show, and I want you to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Like,
This is an ad for Girls Trip Society. You guys can
Yes,
please
I know.
plug it. Find us at Girls Trip Society on all social media platforms.
Exactly.
Yes, be your new tribe.
No, I'm telling you, that was a nice event. I tell everybody about that.
Yeah.
And I even told some people, because there was another event after that.
Thank
And
you
so I'm
very
like,
well
it was
put
nice.
together.
Yeah, very well put together.
Yeah, but it's really full circle because I was a part of an event that she was the director of, and that's kind of how, or marketing, that's how I kind of got in this circle. So it's kind of like,
That's crazy. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Oh,
Taco, shout out Tacos and Beats family.
Okay.
Damn, and you know, I was supposed to go there too, but
it was lit. You missed
I
it.
was one of the ambassadors for it.
Now we got to start a group chat because now I got to just make sure all y'all are at the events.
Yeah.
Yes,
I was
yes.
still fairly new when Tacos and Beats was.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I seen it. I was like, I gotta.
So you
figure out.
saw it. Okay,
Yeah.
director.
I gotta ease my
Shout
way in there.
Rick Ross,
Yeah.
yeah.
But anyways, Girls Trip Society, y'all should definitely tap in on that. I'm gonna pull up my questions. Okay, so we just gonna dive on in. So, the show I wanted to do is I didn't want to be too serious, but I did want to ask serious questions. But I still want us to be like raw and authentic about our answers. Okay. So y'all can go whichever way y'all want to go. Hold on, don't get kicked out. No, I'm just kidding. So let me go ahead and ask my first question. So, how has your definition of love changed as you've grown? And I'm just going to state that we got a couple of married folks in here and then a couple of single folks up in here.
I'll answer that first. I feel like it's grown. I think back when intensity, just vibing was what I consider love. Now I'm more intentional. It's more about the plan, the effort, the consistency. I feel like I used to let a lot of stuff slide. So now you really gotta have a plan when you come with me. I can't just see you and be like, "Oh yeah, he fine. I like him. He like me. We get married." Like it's way deeper than that.
You be meeting somebody the first day, you be like, "Oh, I think you're gonna be my husband."
No.
And the food ain't worth nothing.
You find out he's 5 other people's husbands.
Sure.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think for me, me and my husband, we just actually had our 3rd year anniversary.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah, so I see why they say year 3 is the year. I've been a lot in my word lately. And I'm really trying to study, okay, God, you said that you are love, right? And so with you saying that you are love, like, what does that look like? And how do I exude that without always needing that reciprocation? Although you trust your partner to reciprocate, you want to be intentional and provide, love to your partner without always expecting something in return, but the trust. So love is patient, love is kind, and it keeps no record of wrongs. And I feel like, just trying to really walk that out in my relationship has been helpful. and just showing each other love without, again, like keeping record of wrongs and being patient, kind, all the
I feel like that can
things.
definitely
Amen
mess
to
you up when
that.
you start to calculate that, and then you hold it in, and you start thinking, "Oh, well, you did this," and that builds up anger
Yeah.
and resentment.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, not keeping score for sure. But for me, I think like she was kind of saying when you were younger, it was more like the feeling, like you feel like you in love, you feel love, and it's just so much more than that. It's multifaceted. It's more than one dimensional, and it's like now as I've grown, going off of what you said too, everything as far as like the feelings and being of service and not like expecting that reciprocation, like it's just doing it out of love, like being
just 'cause
love
you
and
love
really
them,
understanding what the meaning of being like loving unconditionally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like not having any conditions at
Conditions,
all. People will say they love somebody unconditionally, and then something comes in.
Yeah,
and
and
it's
then
like,
that makes
do
it a
you?
condition. Yeah.
Do you? So it's not really unconditional. So really learning that, and I feel like I'm still learning as as I'm older.
I think remembering,
Oh no, go ahead.
love is a verb.
Yeah,
That's what kind of came to mind
Yeah.
when you were saying.
So, what are those red flags that you've ignored but won't ignore again, or you feel like you kind of learned from it?
The love bombing. We're
Oh,
not doing
red
that.
flag.
I hate that.
I'm not
That
with
is
the love
that's
bombing.
a stop sign.
The I want to make babies with you out the gate. The I want to
Yeah.
marry you. The open-ended promises. I'm not.
You
I'm
know
not
what? Why is
tolerating it.
marrying you a big thing? It's like because some guys know that women want to get married, but I'm like, I don't want to get married that bad for you to tell me that the first week that
Right.
you wanna
Because they
marry
trying
me.
to trick you off the coochie.
Yeah,
It's a
that's what
trick.
it is.
It's
That's
a
what
trick.
it is.
So with that being
trick
said,
yourself to
that's
be
something I
blocked.
used to ignore, and that's like the first red flag for me. Like I said before, it has to be intentional. I'm not dating off potential anymore. We in the now. I'm not worried about what you possibly could be or what you possibly can do.
Yeah.
What are you doing right now? So the love bombing is definitely the one for me.
That's a big one. I had to learn. That's manipulation.
Oh, at its
You
finest.
need to get up my face with that. So what's? Oh, did you want to answer that?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, I was the one who liked the 30, 60 days and we get married. I was like, okay, when? Let's go. Are we going to the Bahamas to go get married today?
Well, you know what? There's people who've got married a couple of months and they've been married for years.
Yeah.
If you know,
Right.
But if you love mama and you love mama, you can tell.
You can tell the
though.
difference.
You can tell now. Like back in the day, you probably couldn't tell, but you can tell. You can definitely tell.
Yeah. If the biggest red flag is going back to what you're saying. Are you equally yoked? Like, if you're not equally yoked, then this might not work out.
What's your relationship with your mama like?
Oh, for real. You gotta
Okay,
get
do
into
you
it
hate
because
your mama?
how you treat your mama, because that's gonna tell you a lot. I think before marriage, during dating years too, red flags for me was like clinginess off rip. Now don't get me wrong, I like, be about me, be on me, stuff like
y'all
that.
speaking my language right
I
here.
feel
Go
like
ahead.
the clinginess was almost like a sign of this might turn into a little bit of control in a way. Like, you cling to me so much, you like me so much,
You can't do anything.
you can't operate. Like, I don't. Yeah, that for me was like a big
A
thing.
dependency.
I was just about to say
Yeah.
that. It's like you depend on like too much. Like if I'm going somewhere, it's just like I have to check in all the time or something.
Yeah, I hated that. I hated that. And then just by the first disagreement, how we handle that, that's like almost a red flag that a lot of people ignore and think that not saying that you can't better communicate over time. But I just feel like it's certain traits that people carry, and if it's in them, it's in them, and they can try to mask it all they want, but it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out.
What's something that you had to unlearn about relationships? And this is any relationship, whether it's romantic, platonic, anything, with your family, anybody.
I had to unlearn that no matter what relationship, struggle is not the foundation. Staying is
feel like
not
y'all
the
speaking.
foundation. Walk away when necessary. If it's heavier to stay than it is to leave, then just leave.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I want.
Because I'm trying to find the words. You probably got the take it right out my mouth.
I'm just saying no, because if it's a struggle to be in this relationship, if it's taken away from me mentally, then I'm just gonna go ahead and go. There was someone else up here, and we were talking about a particular celebrity couple this guy just proposed to his girlfriend, and he was like, he's just doing that because she was there with him through everything, like when he went to jail. And I'm like, and he cheated on her and all that, and I'm like, that's kind of a struggle relationship for me.
Yeah.
And it's just like some people, and I've seen that a lot within like celebrities and stuff, like you see them being taken through the ringer because their relationship is public,
Right.
and it's just like, you took me through all that and I waited all these years and then I get a ring and I'm supposed to be happy.
And I feel like a lot of us as women, we start to feel entitled. Oh, I went through this with him. I struggled through him. I'm not letting no other woman come and take what I've built. And it's like, no, baby, it's already been broken down. Whatever you were building, it's already been crashed down. Let it go. Let them have it. Stop being it's your ego leading right now. It's not love anymore. Now you just driven by ego.
Yeah. You know what it is? It's like, if I put my time into this and then my heart, like my sweat and tears, people think that time is supposed to equal other things like value or something. Well, it does equal value, but I think my time is precious. I'm not gonna waste my time. Why would I stay longer to waste more time with you because I put all this extra time in? I don't know, it's weird.
One thing I had to unlearn in previous relationships was asking myself the question, can I raise a man? And the answer is no, because I've never raised one before. I don't want to raise one now at the age of 30. So, you know, like that allowed me to know when it was time to end or walk away from, you know, certain relationships in the past, in the regard of that. Now, there's a difference between, okay, you're with a partner who is not equally yoked as you, right? And so now you have to kind of, your feminine side comes in as like, okay, now I have to kind of parent you and be your mom and nurture, and we're innately nurturers, right? So we kind of like cling to that because we like that feeling as women, right? And so if we don't catch it on time, we feel as though me kind of like babying you, right? Versus me being in a role where I'm submitting to you, right? And I can have that covering, right? We find for some reason peace in that versus what God has for us over here, which is being able to have a covering, right? The other part too of that is there's a difference between knowing that you need to have a partner who's equally yoked where you can submit to them, but also not always leaving when things get hard. Because one thing that I have learned is when I have prematurely left situations or relationships, whether they be, relationships with partners, men, intimate relationships, or relationships with friends. If I prematurely leave based off of emotion, sometimes it, comes back to bite me in the butt later, right? Because people are human and they're gonna people. I am not perfect. I have hurt people without wanting to intentionally hurt them. Now, if people cut me off and I don't understand and I don't seek understanding of like what happened here, then I can't receive the wisdom it takes for me to grow. So, sometimes it's not that people want to hurt you. I feel like it's important that we recognize that not everybody is set out to be your op or your enemy. And the first thing we go to, well, God is going to prepare a table in front of my enemies because you're my enemy.
But you don't even know who your
everybody
enemy is.
Yeah, not everybody is your enemy.
You your biggest enemy right now.
That's why I stopped cutting people off so fast. I'd be quick to be like, you know what? You got to go.
I've had many situations where it would be in a normal setting. I'd be like, okay, you know what? You're cut off by, don't text me, don't call me, we're not. No, it's just that now you've moved to a different spot. Like you've moved to a different spot in my life.
I love that.
True. Yeah, I do.
I love that.
Oh, that was beautiful. That was very well said.
I think for me,
Sorry, it's Sunday, so you know what I'm saying?
Yes, preach to the choir. For me, I think I had to unlearn in all relationships not to expect you from other people. And that is a big thing for me.
Good.
Like everybody is not gonna react the way you react or show up the way you show up or love the way you love or things like that. And that used to get me all the time because I'm just like, dang, I would never do that. I would never act like that and stuff like that. So setting those expectations just, lead to disappointment. Like they say, don't expect too much, disappointment and stuff like that. So I think as I've grown in, either friendships or romantic relationships, just not expecting that same level. Like, let people be people, and you react off of how they are, what they present to you.
Like she said, just knowing where to place people.
Yeah.
Once you see how they move and knowing what type of
there.
access to give them to you. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So have you ever stayed too long because of potential?
Yes.
Of course. I dated a broke man before. I dated a broke man before.
Yeah, you gonna be something.
Knew he was gonna be a millionaire. I know
One day you gonna have your own business. I don't know what.
I don't know what it was. Didn't have not a skill in the world.
We're so fantasy driven. That's why we just like, we have this, and then you want all this and you see it for them. But even if that person, they may have the potential, but they don't have the drive to get it. And so you're trying to push them to do it because I'm a good woman and I can do this and do that. Nah, it has to be in them. You can't change anybody. Maybe you were inspiration or you helped or gave some kind of resource, but I would never give myself credit for changing somebody because I don't think that is really just me. Like, I'm the person that changed somebody.
For me, I've learned from a marriage standpoint, like, it's not 50-50. It's not 75-25. It's not 99-1. It's me 100 and you 100.
Yeah.
I know you asked the question, have we ever dated for potential? For me, I definitely have in the past. And I think one thing, going back to what we said earlier about like just being equally yoked, you said it really good. Like, I want to make sure like who you are now is what I'm looking at and how I'm measuring things, not who I foresee you to be in the future, because I very well can see your potential and see what you could do, and that very well could be you, right? Baby, I'm sorry when you watch this. When I married my husband, I mean, he had like dots, dashes, no credit score. I'm talking zero, unemployed, like zero. We're talking. We are at the base,
right?
Okay, girl, we get it.
And
Dang, husband.
are you a new? Like, the hell is it? Like all of that, right? But now 3 years later, my husband makes more than me, and I'm asking. He know I got to get my nails done. He got to pay for it on Thursday. So with that being said, like, I think because at that time it wasn't the fact that I didn't marry him thinking, okay, there's like a potential for you to make what you do in 3 years, what you're doing right now. It was more of, I didn't marry him for what was in his account. Now I married him for, I saw the work ethic. I saw the vision.
Right.
I saw the getting up every morning at 5 a.m. and the prayer, the meditation, the self-care that was going on. I saw the submission to God. I saw all these things that allowed me to know, okay, this is something that I can actually still submit to, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of women would not make the decision on paper, because on paper, it did not make, it actually made, people thought I was stupid.
You were being realistic. Yeah. Is what you were doing.
You had great discernment to be in your 20s, to be able to identify that was a beautiful thing, which lets you know that you had all those qualities within yourself to even be able to identify that.
Yeah.
So if you are dating for potential, that's the way you got to go. Honestly, you have to really, if that person, because he's seen potential in himself, and so you're not the one pushing it on him. Like, you can push him to do it, but he's also pushing himself
to do it.
She met a God-fearing man, and God led them that whole way, and that's what it was,
honestly. And like, just even trusting like a man with a plan. Like, they might not have it all together, but I see, like you said, I see the vision, I see the plan, I see you putting in the work to execute it. It becomes cloudy when you don't got none of that
consistency.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're not showing anything like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Okay, but I don't see you working towards that. I don't see it going anywhere. I don't see you, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't see you acting in that sense. So it's like, now at that point, I'm staying dating on potential, like thinking that
you had every first Friday, but
right, but ain't got no money.
Every other Friday, I don't see nothing.
That ain't nothing. But yeah, no, I wholeheartedly agree.
Was it hard for you to date, or? I mean, y'all can answer that question.
Some men.
But like before,
some boys.
Like, do you feel like there was a lot of jealousy?
Yeah.
Or people just trying to like latch on, like, oh damn, she gonna be something.
For sure. I think for me personally, I haven't had a lot of real, like a lot of adult relationships, because my husband and I have been dating since I was like 22. So I can only speak from when I was a little bit younger, but like, I've always been busy. I've always been in my bag trying to figure out business, whether it was school, just something like that. And that was intimidating for a lot of, like, I call them boys, because why is that intimidating to you? Why does that make you feel away? Why is it Why are you jealous? It should, if anything, make you want to do better or make you want to help me. Baby, can you help me?
I know, like we can work together, and I'm like, I wonder if is that just within us black folks? Because we compete against each other a lot.
So I grew up in the middle of Iowa. There's about 5 black people there.
Okay, girl, Iowa.
There is definitely a difference in culture, but also there's a difference in culture even if you're talking about the black, diaspora, right? Like, because Caribbean, right? Like my black is Caribbean, so even like Caribbean, African American, Nigerian,
Yeah, it depends on it does depend on the culture.
Afro-Latino,
Because I think
all different.
it's black Americans that compete really. Because like everybody else kind of stick together.
Yeah.
They'll even tell them like, don't deal with the black folks down there, deal with your culture.
That is correct. My daddy told me that.
We doing that.
I was scared. I was terrified.
I don't feel like we really honestly have enough time to kind of really dissect all of that, just based off how we are kind of systematically divided and
Correct.
separated. So it kind of, date back to them days and kind of how we was brought up. It was meant for us to be divided.
Correct.
And compete,
so
because that's what they would do.
We as black men and black women, we are competing. Women, and I love us as women, you know what I'm saying? But I even have to reevaluate myself and stop trying to be a man, although I'm independent. Stop trying to compete and be on the level with them, and know that I'm the neck and not the head. So right now we're in that battle right now.
But you know what?
Historically, so
I always look at it as like I don't compete with anybody. I mainly compete with myself. I'm trying to be better than I was yesterday.
Okay, so are we talking about men and women or just women competition
I
here?
done switched, huh?
'Cause I thought we was kind of talking about
we were,
kinda
and I went off topic.
touching head. Okay, I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
we were.
I think like with the black men, black women, I'm just gonna say men and women. I'm gonna do that. So basically, like I definitely can say that it's intimidation.
Yeah.
I feel like in my experience when I have dated, like I've dated, people who are, very well known or, in sports, all of these things like prior. And so people that you would think like they wouldn't be intimidated by somebody who's an entrepreneur, like all of that, like they're it's weird, like they are. But one thing I realized was it's something that's going on internally with them. It's less about you and more about them.
Yeah, because they can be intimidated by you and have more than you.
Yeah, yeah.
Like just because someone's jealous or intimidated doesn't mean that it's because sometimes it's not even what you have is what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, it's whatever's within that they're struggling with. So you deal with that on your own.
It's definitely,
Leave
I
out
do
of it.
think it's an internal struggle. For most people, it's something going on inside of you that make you feel like
it's a lot of insecurities. Like if you have a lot of issues with that, like work on that even before you get into a relationship with somebody, because I feel like if you want a partnership, we shouldn't be competing.
right.
Now on the opposite side of it, I could say that you said it really well. I was raised to be a man. I was raised by a single father.
Yeah.
And so I was literally, my name is Devin. I was raised.
I was talking about your name the other day because we were talking about I love
Prettiest
when women
Devin
have
I
boy
ever seen,
names.
girl.
I love it.
I know that's right.
I know.
I think Miles' his daughter's name Devin.
That's why I kept the Wilmot when I got married, because Devin Johnson sound like a linebacker. I didn't like it.
Like, hey, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so I was like, the Wilmot kind of gives that question mark. But but I was saying I was raised to be, so like literally a lot of problems I had when dating men was like I'm like
Masculine. Yeah.
Nah, like, you know what I mean?
Overpowering. Yeah.
Exactly. So I think too, on that same token, being able to rest in like our femininity while still being able to be a boss. Like, hey, like you could be, it's like, baby, you could be, this is my husband, baby, you can be a boss everywhere in the whole entire planet Earth. You can rule, you can reign, but as where we reside, this is where you are wife, you are mom. Does that make sense? It's just kind
you
of
know
like,
what, and you know that's why we need a balance of both, because even when you're raised by a single mom, you have that same thing, like over masculine, because they teach you you know, I got it on my own, so don't depend on nobody. Don't depend on no man. Don't depend on this. And you know, they're not doing it to harm you. They're doing it to protect you. That's what they think it is. And so you growing up like, I don't need this, I don't need that. I work my own. And
I don't need this. My man has
now
But we also kind of have that issue where we are taught to be survivors as women, but then they pamper the sons and they don't teach the sons those same survival skills. So now sometimes, not all men, we are dealing with men that have feminine traits.
That is correct.
And then we are trying to be feminine, but I'm sitting here dealing with somebody that don't know when to shut up and let me cry and let me hoop and holler. He don't know when to just be quiet. You know what I mean? And then you got, on the other hand, you got women and you don't know when to shut up, when the appropriate time to shut up. You don't know how to take command. And so it's like, you know, we battling all the time.
Constant battle.
we need you on the panel show. No, I'm just kidding. Because we have those conversations, honey. I need someone to step in. Like 2000 and was it 25? I'm about to say 2005. That's how you know something's wrong. But it was like rough. It was probably one of my roughest years. And like going into this year now, I feel like things are changing. But I had to really break down myself and look internally a lot.
Yeah.
And that was tough. And that's like what I'm literally going through now. Like last night I shaved all my hair off.
I almost did that.
Take it off.
No, literally.
I love it.
Liberate. Let's see it,
all my hair
mama.
off. It did, and I was just like, I thought I was gonna look like, what was that? What's that little Bill? I thought, and I woke up this morning. I was like, I do kind of look like Lil Bill though, but no, I shaved my hair.
You do not look like Little Bill
because it was. I've been wanting to do it for so long, and so when I cut my hair, and I'm looking, I said, just cut it, just start cutting. I took the scissors and I cut. And I'm like, oh my God, and I just kept cutting, and I shaved my hair, and I looked at myself. I'm like, damn, I'm beautiful.
Yeah,
and you take off everything. You're taking off your hair, everything that you think made you. Mm-hmm. And so,
and if you think that's gonna stop a man from tapping that thing, girl, you're crazy. He gonna palm that boy.
Get it. Look, it's only been a day and they still own me. Now, they might see my bald head yet. Ain't nobody ever seen it either. I'll keep this scarf on. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I don't even know why I even brought that up. But go ahead. What were we talking about?
Because when we grow up, we are our hair. That's what we taught. Our hair is us. Like, you're not beautiful if you don't have long, flourishy hair, or what they consider good hair. And I had to go to hair school to really even understand and break down the types of hair. There's healthy hair is what it is. There's no such thing as good hair.
Yeah.
There's different types of hair, and the way you take care of your hair,
right,
and gives you healthy hair.
It's about starting over too.
Yeah.
And so when you get the urge to do something, no matter your age or anything, just do it. Do you feel like you have to be over-masculated to be successful?
You're tapping into your masculine energy in the boardroom, like, for sure. And that's just so you listen to what I have to say and you respect what I have to say.
And sometimes you have to, because it depends on who you're around.
I think like that's just one of the things that I've actually had to learn to do, going back to what I said earlier in the show, was just like, I can be queen of the world everywhere else, but at my home, right? So everywhere else is fair game, but inside my home, right? And so but I've definitely, even going back to what we were talking about a little bit earlier, like I've been approached like at networking events, or like even clients who are gonna want me to work with them or sign contracts, or I've had clients on contract make a pass, things like that, right? But it's one of those things that I had to learn, because I'm trying to, like, when I relax, like, that's when people feel like, oh, she could go, for lack of better terms, right? So I have to I might be cute, I might be dressed up cute and all those things, but know that it's not sweet over here.
And you know what, I will say this, because especially being women and being in like, especially like industries like this, people tend to overlook you because you're a woman. Like, I work with another man, and that happens all the time. I mean, heck, it happened the other day. You know what I mean? People would look over me to him, and sometimes you do have to be like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm here. You have to be present, and it may seem masculine, but it's just me being strong and what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So what talk to me. I know, actually, you're the interviewer, but I have a question. Like,
question for the questioner.
I have a question. Part 2 of that. Like, can you give an example of like being of what you just said, like woman to the man, like being overlooked, like what does that look like?
So when it comes to like, you know, a fifth or something, that's a business. It's not just a podcast. And we both equally put our hearts into it and our work into it. But sometimes people look at him and think it's just him or think it's just his show. But I'm like, you see me on the show, you see me right here. Why is everything always directed to him?
So when it's time to shake hands, they're like, yeah, hey,
and
hey,
even,
hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, and even if I'm sitting right here, but you know what? Like with him, he's always making sure that I'm being seen.
God bless that man.
Right.
And I brought this up one time, but I don't know if y'all heard. I think it's Law Roach. He's Zendaya's stylist.
Okay.
And he was like, I think someone asked him on the interview, he was like, what's loyalty? And he said, Zendaya. And he was just like, he was like, our friendship basically, when I'm in boardrooms with her, he was like, who do you know who bring their stylists in boardrooms with them? And he was just like, you know, I'm always overlooked. And when I have something to say, if someone overtalks me, she'll say, hey, well, you know, Law, what were you saying? And so I feel the same way. And it's just like, oh, you know, he'll introduce us as it's us. Even when he talks about the show, he talks about a fifth or something as us. And so if there's someone's asking him to do an interview, he's including us. Oh, we're doing this and we're doing that. But sometimes that's a miscommunication and I think it's just him. And so when I show up, it's like, oh,
yeah,
you know,
like I thought this was your thing.
And I've seen people try to divide and cut us off, but I'm like, y'all don't understand. We're not just business partners. That's my best friend.
I think one thing I've learned is to walk into, I'm going to call it the boardroom, right? Walk into boardrooms with authority and not power. I have a business partner in one of the nonprofits I'm a part of. And one thing like I love about it is that people like, you know, they underestimate me, but like he always has my back. And so at the end of the day, I can sit and you all can think I'm stupid. That's cool. I just know the deal is going to be signed at the end of the day.
Right.
But I'm the creator of the deal. As long as that deal is signed, I don't care
don't even matter
if I got the credit.
Yeah.
I don't care if I got this.
No.
All I care about is did the money hit checking account 7099.
that makes a lot of
The
sense. 'Cause I
best
think we
thing
want to be
is to play
acknowledged for a lot of
stupid.
things. And that makes a lot of sense. Like, just sign the deal. Because that's really what I'm here for. I'm here to do my work. And I don't care if you,
The greatest person I've seen at this from a branding perspective is Beyonce.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you think about it, right? Because, like, it's like, when is the last time you saw her being interviewed?
Yeah.
Like,
we were just talking about this earlier, which is so crazy.
It'll go platinum.
Beyonce,
No promotion,
girl,
no commercials,
Beyonce,
no
just come
streaming.
on my show.
Nah,
From a branding perspective, it's authority. Rihanna's really good at this as well. Like, it's they have authority, not power. So there's still their brand presence, right? Is like still soft, feminine, But you know that Rihanna is that girl. You know that Beyonce is. There's a reason. You see what I'm saying? It's because it's like it's a presence. So you don't want, what we don't want to do as women is come off like we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
That's gonna scare everybody away, and then you can't have your
and
chest
then they're
pieces
really
in
going to be
play.
like, oh, well, she's to this. Especially like us, what do you say, colored? Us colored women. I'm scared.
No, but that's
We be
just
like,
kinda-
Bro, I'm about to get in trouble for this because I said I was
No, you're
half
not.
white,
You're
then I
not.
called people colored.
Non-colored.
But that kind of tap into what you were saying. It's walking into rooms and knowing that you belong there and letting your presence and your spirit do more of the talking than your mouth.
Yes.
And
Yep.
that's very powerful, you know, because you could come in a room and they could think you underestimate you,
Let 'em
and then
think
by
it.
the end of it, they whispering, "Who was that? Who was that? She ain't really say too much. What do she got going on? What is she
Right.
doing?
Walking
Who is
right.
she?"
All head.
Like sometimes silence is more powerful, than any conversation. Sometimes, so sometimes I just like to sit back and look cute.
Right.
And
And
look-
speaking of powerful, this is my last question. All right. So, what part of your identity feels most powerful right now?
My discernment is powerful right now. I have a discernment that is out of this world. I walk in rooms and I feel like I be knowing some up with that person right there. Something going on in this
right
room.
there.
I don't belong here.
And when you listen to it, it gets stronger.
I'm just really spiritually connected with myself right now. I feel like I used to be a red flag ignorer. Everything looked like Six Flags. So
Dang,
with that, my discernment, all those are lessons that have come to the forefront. So now I'm able to almost see things before they happen. So I feel like that's the most powerful thing that I'm sitting in right now. Is my discernment.
Yeah, I would say going off of that power question, I think like right now, not to over spiritualize it, but really like my relationship with Christ right now, like my relationship with God, like I feel, going back to that, I feel authority like in rooms. Like I don't feel like the race that I felt like I had to run and I'm hustling. I don't feel like I have to do the hustle. Like I don't care about if this person is a celebrity. I don't care how much money this person had. I don't care. Like I don't be looking at rooms or things anymore like 8-9 years ago, like how I used to, in regards to like I need to do this because you that bitch, and like all this. Like I just want to be on assignment. Like literally, as long as I'm on assignment, like I could be talking to the janitor. I could be on stage getting an award, the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award, right? Yeah. It doesn't really matter. Like as long as I'm in assignment and I feel like I walk into rooms with authority, but the authority is not my own. And I think that's the key. Is like you can't have that on your own. That is something that only God can provide. Like that presence, that power. There's nothing like a human being cannot do it. Like because God, at the end of the day, the authority that he has, he sees all. He's the beginning, the end. He sees everything. So therefore, who am I to control anything? I have no control over anything. I don't have any control over my money. I don't have control over my car. I don't have control over my kids. I don't have control over the fact if I wake up tomorrow morning. I don't have any control. So I rest in that authority, knowing that I'm not the one who has to hold it. And that's the power that I feel like I really have stepped into lately.
I like that you said that, because I feel like too many people are chasing. So when you say you're on assignment, you're not really chasing something, because I feel like if you have to chase something, that means it's running away. And so it's something that we have to align with. And people don't get that, and they spend their lifetime chasing something and they never really get what they want.
Yeah, I used to be the loudest in the room. I swear, I used to be, you could see how my voice would fluctuate, right? I used to be the loudest in the room. If I walked in, everybody was going to know Devin was here. And that was out of insecurity.
That was your daddy. That was your daddy and you, girl.
That was the daddy. That was that Caribbean, the Caribbean father. But now I'm actually like way more quiet. Like I promised you, 10 years, I'll be very quiet. Like, and I just, sit. But I think it's because I just want things to naturally happen and not force anything, if that makes sense. So,
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. For me, I'm going to have to say, like, my discipline. Like, right now, it's just, that was my goal for 2026, was to remain disciplined in everything that I'm trying to do. So, I feel like discipline is a form of self-love. And every time I get off track and I feel like I'm not being disciplined, whether it's me going to the gym, whether it's me doing stuff that is going to promote me being a media host here, whatever it is that I'm doing, if I feel like I get off track, what I say to myself is, do you love you? Because why aren't you not doing what you're supposed to be doing? Like, if I eat something I'm not supposed to eat, like, girl, you don't love yourself, because why are you doing this? And you know this is not what it's supposed to be leading to. So
dang, I was gonna go get canes after this.
They
listen,
say
I had a nothing bun cake yesterday and I felt so bad. I said, girl, come on. But you have to give yourself grace too.
Yeah, and don't be so hard on yourself when it comes to that. I always tell people that, like, when it comes to nutrition and stuff, because I know it's hard. We're all addicted to something.
Yeah. And
we don't look at food as addiction.
Yeah.
Especially if you're eating sweets and stuff like that. There's something in your body that's telling you that they want it. If you're craving something, that means you're addicted to it.
Yeah.
And we always use addiction as really a bad term. I mean, it is bad if you're addicted to something, but like if you had it, okay, that's in the past. Now try to do better now. You don't have to like dwell in that, like, oh my God, because then that's causing another addiction. Now you're addicted to thinking about that.
Yeah. But
I love what you said. I just want to tap into that real fast. Like they say, discipline will get you places that motivation, ambition, drive could never. Because at the end of the day, when you wake up and you're not motivated, but you discipline,
you still gonna get it done.
Yeah, when you discipline, you show how much you want it. So whatever you believe in, God, the universe, or whatever, things are gonna come to you because they're saying like, oh well, you on that narrow, you're disciplined, you're doing it, and you're consistent with it, and so now I'm gonna give you more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you more of what you want.
Yeah.
And how many days they say it take to create a habit?
21.
21 days.
21. I heard 30. Okay,
Yeah, it's
21 is good
no,
for
because
me.
you know, but you know what it is. It depends
probably
on
is 30.
it depends on the habit or creating and getting rid of it. It depends on how hard it is because it can be 21 to like 200 and something days.
Oh, wow.
Or something like that. Yeah. Thank y'all so much for being a part of this. Like,
Thank you for having
really.
us.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for
Thank
the
you.
last minute being a part. You were
Ooh,
great.
yes.
I'm so glad you came on. I'm glad that both of you finally
Yes,
came
thank
on.
you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Your name again and everything you got going on.
I am Samsational. Again, I am what I'm going to promote. 'Cause, you know, I got a
Sam.
job too. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's an entrepreneur, keep your job. Keep your day job. Let it fund your business.
Amen.
Whatever you doing, don't just, you know, if you can't help it. Not saying don't take a leap of faith. If it's in your spirit and it's telling you do it, then do it. But recommending, do not quit your day job. Let that fund. But I am a IG consultant, so if you're looking for not just virality, if you just want to go viral, cool, you can pay me. I can do that for you in 30 days, probably less. But if you actually want to drive sales and bring more business to yourself, that is what I am. That is the tool you should be utilizing me for, not just virality. We're not in it to be popular. We're trying to grow financial wealth within this new social media wave, because content is the new currency. So if you need help with that, recording your content, sourcing your content, things of that nature, those are things I can help you train you to do, or I can do them for you depending on what type of level that you are on. So yeah, you can find me at I Can Fix That Sam on Instagram. People under 10K followers, by the way. You don't have to have a big following. I specialize in people that are under 10K followers. You can have 2, and I got you.
Ooh, period. Clock it.
Honey, I got about 2. You can help me. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Girls Trip Society. Go to girlstripsociety.com. Also on all streaming platforms. Also, I also have the Will Tour, which is going to be popping off. It is a gospel music and film festival. It will be at the AT&T Performing Arts Center in Dallas, which is a huge, multiple buildings. We're going to do a 3,000 person festival. So come out. We're going back 2006 with the church man and the lady in the hats. That's what we're going to do. So if you want that experience, that nostalgia, come out.
And I'm gonna
I'll
add
be
to
there
that
with the
because
single
I'm
man.
telling
The single
you.
man, I'll be there.
No, I'm telling
Those
you
the worst
that,
ones, though.
no, the Girls
Oh,
Trip Society
never
events
mind, I ain't
are
gonna be
really, really good. So if you're looking to meet women, you know, in business and entrepreneurship, and you're ready to connect, like definitely come out. It's definitely like, I don't know what to call it. I don't know what to say. A movement, a family, like you get all
experience.
that in there. It's definitely an experience.
Yeah.
It's really
you. I
nice. So I
agree.
do recommend that.
I agree. All right, y'all. I'm back. It's Jazze.
Yeah.
My name is Jazze. I go by Janiera. You can find me on Instagram at it's Janiera _. I am a media host and interviewer here in Dallas. So if you have any red carpet events, that's my specialty. Or if you just want to get down to it, you need somebody to cover, you need media press, I am your girl. I am also going to be opening Carnival 365 down here. That is my baby. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about that. So I'm from Buffalo, New York, and I opened up a brick and mortar called Carnival 365. We serve fair foods all year round.
Oh, when is that?
Listen, it's coming to the works. To the works.
The works. I need that
It's in the works. So your funnel cakes, your fried dough, your deep fried Oreos, your fresh squeezed lemonade, your candy apples, your cotton
on
candy.
the business plan.
all
What
of
is
it.
the
I just
release
got a
date?
trainer.
All of it.
I ain't got time for you.
You could. It's a cheat day, boo. But
Yes.
catch me on social media. On my podcast, Chit Chat with Janiera. We just came out about 2 weeks ago, and yeah, tap in. It's all about the culture. We're getting into creatives. We're getting into actors, entrepreneurs, just in the industry. We talking. We getting in the mix. You can find that on YouTube as well.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to. I just started the acting role. So,
Girl,
you know
go
what I'm saying? If I
ahead,
play the
girl.
part.
Don't be leaving nothing out now.
You know,
Yes.
they get me back in the studio.
Don't
so I'm
be
doing a
leaving
little bit of
nothing
that
out.
too. Back to writing and stuff. I'm musically inclined.
Love that.
So yeah, that too as well. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me that.
Yes.
Well, thank y'all so much. And thank you guys for tuning in with It's Mila's World. Out of 50 something. And tap in with these ladies. These are amazing ladies. They have a lot going on. And if you are in Dallas or plan to come to Dallas, Y'all definitely need to tap into what they got going on in their channels, their Instagrams, all that. All right.
It's
Love you so
Mila's
much.
world.
I know. I was like, it needs a jingle.
Okay,
I
like,
was
it
literally
needs-
thinking.
Mila's world.
Wait, let's harmonize. Let's go. Okay.
Boom, 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 boom.
Uh,
It's Mila's world.
Mila's.
It's Mila's world. Hey.
You got a whole
Oh yeah, that's a good.
Plug that. Plug that.
This is Mila's world, shining bright. Strong women stand, claiming their light. From the ground to the sky, so wide. In this community, our pride.